Hi, good afternoon all. It looks like free agency might have got here a day even early. Let's look at it coming up. I can't recall, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it happened recent, I just can't recall the last time I seen so many RFAs not get qualifying offers. We've got like 100, I counted them out. It's exactly 100 players, 100. That did not get qualifying offers. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I can't recall that happening. I really can't. It's very bizarre to go look and see all these guys now are unrestricted. It really is. It's just weird. So I made a list, guys. I've got one goalie, 4 forwards. I didn't come up with any defensemen. We can look at that another time. I figure the pickings are slim, unless I miss somebody. The pickings are slim even with the forwards, but just something to think about if we want to go get a cheap forward, add him on, that we weren't expecting to maybe get without having to trade for or what have you. You know, I've used some of these names too in previous videos. And before I get started on this, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Matt Murray and Toronto, because Leaf Nation right now is going nuts, guys. They're absolutely going nuts out there. They think that, let me put my glasses down. Leaf Nation has lost their mind. They're really panicking about this move. I don't know. I know the majority of Sabres fans don't like Matt Murray either, didn't want to get him, things like that. But if we could have traded up, got 7th, and just had him as a bandage for 2 years, you know, the only concern really would have been his health. Really, not really his goaltending abilities. His health. Can he stay healthy? Can he give us 35 games? You know. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised Toronto would not give Campbell $5 million, but spend 4.7 on Matt Murray. It's just kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. Is there something about Campbell that they just didn't like? I don't know. They didn't want to commit 5 years. I don't get what it is. I really don't. It's weird. But anyway, Matt Murray is now the Toronto Maple Leafs starting goaltender. So it might be fun now that we, you know, I'm sure he'll get booed his first game in Buffalo too, because he turned us down in that trade. I'm sure like the Sabres fans won't forget. They're going to like let him have it. And hopefully we light him up when he comes into Buffalo. So I just want to touch on the Matt Murray thing. What do you guys think? I know the majority of you are probably happy the Leafs got him. Can Murray rebound, though? This is the question. Yes, he could, guys. He's won 2 Stanley Cups. His career numbers are good. I just don't know with the injuries. Is the only thing really that would concern me if I was a Leafs fan. You know, it's just bizarre. They didn't lock in Campbell when they could have, and they went and signed Matt Murray. It's just, for me, it's weird. It's just weird. You know, they're the pros. Let them do what they got to do. Okay, guys, I want to jump into this one. Okay, we'll go over the forwards first. I got 2 goalies I want to talk about. One of them, though, is he's already unrestricted, but I want to talk about that in a sec. Let's go into the goalie that now is an unrestricted free agent because he wasn't tendered a qualifying offer, which is just weird. Here it is. And as you all know, probably already, Ilya Samsonov is actually unrestricted. And he is available, which is very, very kind of bizarre that they didn't even give him a qualifying offer and at least try to move him. He's a first-round pick. He's young. He's 25. Look, I know I've said things about this guy that I'm not the biggest fan, but still. I really can't understand why they didn't give him a qualifying offer, folks. I mean, they're very Russian-friendly in Washington, as we know. It's weird. And they just lost their other goalie, so there's a lot of weird things going on. Yes, the Sabres should maybe jump on him for a few years. What do you think? I would be for it. His age is perfect. So, you know, the age, I like the age. You know, I like the height, 6'3", 200-pounder. And he's had some decent numbers, as you guys seen. Look, I mean, his career numbers have dropped, yes. He was a .255 goals against in 26 games, .913 save percentage. Then he was a .269, .902 save percentage. And here we go to this year, 302 goals against and an .896 save percentage. 6 career shutouts, 282 goals against in his career, 903 save percentage. It's something we can work with is what I'm saying. Okay, let's go to the forwards. I got 4 of them for you. See how you feel about any of these guys. Here we go. And the first one is Dominik Kubalik. And if you look, again, I don't get it. This guy just had 30 goals in the bubble year in 68 games. Okay, then he had 17 and then he had 15 this year. Yes, his totals dropped off, but not tender a qualifying offer just doesn't make any sense to me, especially, you know, he's 26. He's not 36. Some of the things going on out there just is very bizarre, but Chicago's cleaning house. This might be the summer. We might be able to, no joke, get Patrick Kane in a trade. We might be able to. This might be the summer. Weirder things have happened, guys. It's crazy out there right now. I've never seen the market this upside down. It's nuts. All right, second one. Here it is. And Danton Heinen is the next one. Another one, 18-goal season. You know, he had career numbers this year, really. I mean, okay, he didn't have the 34 and 47 points, but in goals. It's just weird. And he was even a +6. It's just, you know, in that playoff series, in that first round they lost, he scored 3 goals. This is another one that, you know, 6'1", 188 pounds, we should think about, you know. And Kubalik is actually 6'2", 179. I like the size there. These are guys that I would say, think about getting. I took the 4 that I would think about getting. Number 3. And Andre Kassi is the next one. And another one, just kind of bizarre. Yes, I know that this guy's injury prone, okay? We all know that. But still, maybe he's due for a healthy season. I look at things from a different angle sometimes. You know, these guys wouldn't cost much if we signed them. And I'm sure Kassi would have a chip on his shoulder when he plays Toronto. Okay, and the last one, as I've mentioned here before on the channel, which got shot down, but I'm going to mention him again. Here we are. Dylan Strome. Dylan Strome, as we know, was one of the top picks right after Eichel and McDavid, or McDavid and Eichel, I should say. And he finally came into his own a little this year, folks. Take a look. You know, 22 goals. I mean, I'm not saying that he lit the league on fire, but he's on a bad team. He scored 22 goals, 26 assists in 69 games, and he was only a -6 on that Chicago squad. These are all options. These are all options that we can get cheap right now, I believe. I don't think any of these guys would not sign in Buffalo if we approached them, you know, for maybe 3 years, $2 million. You know, who knows what we could get them for, but we could get them pretty cheap. I would say add Dylan Strome if we could. If we could add Dylan Strome for like $2 million a year or something, absolutely do it. Just scored 22 goals. He's probably going to get more, though. Somebody's going to offer him more, I'm sure of it. Okay, now one goalie that is not on, he's not on this list, but I want to toss him in this video so we can just have him in the video. Here, I'll show you the clip. You all know who I'm probably going to talk about. And there's another option. Yes, his workload, guys, I get it. He's only played 28 career games, 306 goals against, 905 save percentage. But his body of work this year, take a look at it. You know, yes, I have to mention him because there's a few of you that have thrown it out there, and you're all right that have said it. His body of work this year has been impressive. 920 save percentage and a 2.58 goals against average in 19 games, and with a shutout to boot. This is just something to think about, guys, is all it is. I think that we should really consider some of these names, okay, because none of these guys are going to cost a ton, especially Comrie. I mean, we're going to have to get a goalie. We got to get a goalie. We got to get a goalie that's not in his 40s, not a goalie that's going to probably get injured and things like that. So we want to get that into our lineup. And the Comrie idea, it's hard to tell when the guy played like under 20 games. I get it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. But what about Samsonov? That's another one. These are just options, is what I'm saying. Oh, and I should mention, before closing this video, I should mention that my idea for Braden Holtby went right out the window. I've been reading all sorts of reports. He's going to retire, so If he doesn't retire, that this injury is still lingering. That was hindering him. I didn't know. I really didn't know, or I wouldn't have been so bent on bound on getting Holtby. So I think my Holtby idea is gone. I think it's gone. I think he's going to retire. We got to start looking. We got to start getting the guy. And you know what? I'm not going to panic if we don't do it tomorrow. Really, guys, I want to go on the record saying that. I am not going to panic if we don't sign a goalie tomorrow. We don't have to. We just don't have to. We don't have to. All our UFAs could get signed and we could still make a trade somehow. We could. So we got to look at the trade market too. We're going to have to look at that also. The trade, as far as we know, that Adams is lining up a trade with a team right now for a goalie that he has his eyes on. You know, he made a good call last year getting Anderson, you know, at league minimum. So why not, you know, be patient and see what he swings. But these are just some options, you know. And I didn't have any defensemen lined up there. I was looking, I was like, you know, maybe I'll save that for another video if I can come up with a few. But for now, these names kind of stand out. 100 players were not qualified. 100. I can't recall that ever happening. I can't. All right, folks, I'm gone. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, and I will see you at some point later on this evening. Have a good one.